Hello again, my YouTube people. Today we're taking a look at this Revell F9F 5P Panther. It's a recon version. I would have rather had the fighter version, but yeah, sometimes you can only get what you can get. And this is what I got. Well, the box art looks pretty cool. You got a MiG-15 here in the back. And if the model turns out like the pictures on the side, it looks pretty good actually. But, you know, it's Revell, so we'll have to see. You see, I got this used off eBay. The box is already open. Somebody tried to cut out the UPC, or they did cut out the UPC. I don't know why. I think they used to have a points program or something. Typical Revell. I don't like the way the parts are in here, but I don't think Revell did that. I think you see half the parts are loose here. The canopies are probably scratched. Let's take a look here at the instructions. Now, if it has this tree in it, let me see. Yeah. If this tree is in it, we may be able to make a fighter version. It says it's not used, but if the parts are there, then we can make a fighter version, which I would rather do. So it looks like it has, well, here's the cleared parts. A tree with the wings. It has very, very few parts actually. I have to definitely look and see if there's any aftermarket for it. So, one half of the fuselage here. We got wheels, small details. It's not much to see. Here are the horizontal stabilizers. Another part that's not used. There's the instrument panel, landing gear. These are the wing tanks, and what are those things called that hold the bombs on? The pin things. You know, not much to see there. Yeah, look, here's the decals. They look nice. They look like it looks like a nice decal set. That would be something else if we make a fighter version, if it's possible. Probably going to need some new decals. But they look good. So, here, the seat, cockpit, instrument panel, has painting instructions for the instrument panel. There's a decal for it, which is this one here, which is good. This is also the side instrument panel here. And that's probably the other side. Yeah, here. This one comes with the pilot figure. Put the seat in. And here, front landing gear. Putting the landing gear and the cockpit in, with the thing there in the front. The, you know, whatever it's called. If I knew what everything was called. So as you can see here, it calls for 20 grams of weight. I've learned from experience that's often not enough. It takes 10 to 20 grams more than what it usually says. I don't know why. I always make mine pretty heavy in the front, or where it says. And I have these weights that they have a sticky stripe, so it clips on there. Look. So you put weight in it. It is the horizontal stabilizers. We have a couple fuel tanks, optional. Some intakes. I'm gonna put the wings together. Put the wings on. And the main landing gear. Some antennas. Other main landing gears. Wheels. The I think that's the air brakes. Some detail parts for the for recon. Here's the fuel tanks. Canopy. Sight. And then here's some instructions for the auxiliary fuel tanks. Here is the here we have a version from the Marine Composite Reconnaissance Squadron, Marine Corps Air Station, El Toro, California, September 1956. And this is from, there's also a Marine version, Naval Air Station, China Lake, California, July 1957. And the camera windows are painted over. I don't know why, but anyways. Let's take a look at the parts, even though they're not on the trees anymore, really. Some parts are still on the trees, but they're all cut apart. So, you can see the trees, the parts are still on the trees, but the trees are all cut up. I don't know what the sense is and all that, but who knows. So we'll start here with the cockpit. And when you can see, all the instruments are there. They're not just blank slates. So you can use the decals or you could paint it, which is a really nice option. That's going to have to be fixed. Yeah, cleaned up. Actually, it's a really nice looking cockpit for here we have the sides to the pilot seat, which also looks like it's really nice detail. You have pin marks here. It's gonna have to be cleaned up, but it doesn't look so bad. A little sanding should do it. Where is the seat? Take a look at here at the instrument panel. It's also, all the instruments are there, so it can be painted, or you can use the decal. Really, if you didn't want to paint it, wanted to use the decal, I would scrape all that away, because the decal sets better on it. But then you lose the texture. That's why I like to paint them better, even though it takes a lot longer. Here's the pilot. It looks pretty good, actually. And it has this weird back, so it sits better, I guess, so it sits straight. But other than that, I think he looks pretty good. His arm is somewhere else. The landing gear has molding marks on the side. Gonna require some cleanup. This is no detail on the inside, but the outside looks fine. Here's the front landing gear. There you have some nice detail. You have wires and cables and stuff. Don't see that often for being a Revell kit. Here is the inside of the landing gear bay. Also, nice detail there. Rivet holes. There's also pin marks. These two will have to be filled in because they're sunk. There's two here in the front that aren't bad. You can stand up down. Here's the exhaust. The exhaust is plain chain, no detail. Here's the pilot's arm. Okay. The intakes. Insides are plain, but outside looks okay. And the intakes, there's the intakes. So in the big parts here, like I said, it has some recess. Like a little bit recessed on these panels here, but most of them are raised. Here it's recessed. You see here is an extra nose part, but there's only one. It looks like it was cut from another kit. Maybe Bauschrott, I don't to build, you know, extra parts from another one. I don't know. Well, it's in there. It looks the same, I think. No, I don't know. But there's an extra nose piece here. I don't know if it's actually supposed to be with the kit or not. You see here the window, and here the problem that I found out is the fighter version has two cannons on each side of the nose, and I'm not going to be able to redo it. So I might go and see if I can find the older Monogram kit, because it's a F5 version as well, but it's a fighter version, and you can get them pretty cheap for like 15 euros, 20 euros. And here you can see here the wheelbase look pretty good. Really good, actually. There's actually detail in it, and that's why you can tell this is a Monogram kit that's remade from Revell and not the actual Revell kit, because it does have some detail in it. That's the pilot seat there. Fuel tanks are pretty rough. Horizontal stabilizers, raised panel lines, but the flaps are recessed. You can see the parts are pretty much what they say in German, Deutschen under. It's a little confusing. They're not some of them aren't on the trees anymore, but there's not a lot, so it won't be hard to figure out. The cockpit looks pretty good, actually. The wheel wells look pretty good. But it's an older kit, so it doesn't have recessed panel lines. It has raised panel lines, but it does have some recess. Like here is recessed, here is raised, so it's like a mixture. We've had a mixture before. It does have the tree with the bombs, and rockets as well. Even though this looks very similar to the Corsair that I built. With the details, or as they say in German, grob. I don't really know what that would be in English, but it's like they're like too massive, the parts are too massive, too thick, and the exhaust is like nothing. But because it has the interior detail already, which looks pretty good in my opinion, and also has interior detail in the bays, the wheel bays, I think it'll turn out to be a pretty good kit actually. I'll take a look on the internet and see if I can find instructions for this tree, which I really don't need. I think I can figure it out on my own, most likely. Here are the mounting points already for it. Just gotta drill them out. Here we got points. These are for rockets. These are for bombs. And actually, I think the kit, for it being as simple as it is, it's actually has some pretty decent detail. I wouldn't mess with the interior really. Might look at the exhaust. And the wheels look pretty good too. The wheels have good detail. They're not weighted, but other than that, I think it looks pretty good. I'd give them a B. It's not so bad. I think it'll turn into a nice kit. So thanks. So here we have the F9F Panther. Reconverted, I think it can be converted into a fighter version, but you have to cover up these with the windows, paint over them. That shouldn't be a problem. And I think it'll turn out pretty well. So next time we'll take a look at an AH-64 Apache. This is also an old kit from, I think, Revell, USA. It's already built, and it's not so great. But we'll take a look at it, a quick look. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Until next time.